The bad weather setting in, so time to get off the tops, drop down into a bit of beech forest. And I thought, good opportunity to do my gear review on the Ridgeline 45 litre Trek pack. So I'm going to break this review down into a few different categories. First I'll start with the price of the pack, then some of the features of the pack, the pros, the good things about the pack, some of the cons, some of the things I personally don't like, and also who I believe the pack has been target marketed for or designed for, and then if the pack is worth buying. So come along and let's review this pack together. So the pack retails for $399.95 or $400. Features a hydration bladder pouch, a water resistant rain cover that comes with it, removable waist strap, detachable rifle scabbard, padded ear mesh harness system. The pack is TPU coated for water resistance, and it is made of 300D and 600D recycled ripstop polyester. The advertised weight for this pack was 1114 grams. I tested the weight to be 1440 grams. It's a 1.4 kilo pack. Okay, so there's kind of 5 things that I really do like about this pack, some real pros, and 2 things that I don't like about this pack. So some of the pros for me, the big one is the weight. For a 45 litre pack weighing 1.44 kilos, that is extremely good. A lot of the ultra lightweight packs as well, they sometimes compromise on the strength of the backing of the pack, and that becomes quite an issue when you're starting to really carry heavy loads. So a lot of the hiking packs, they're just really not suited for hunting because they're only made to carry a max of 8 kilos kind of thing. That's another huge pro to this pack. And Ridgeline don't really talk about it much, but it's actually extremely brilliant. Is in behind this ear mesh padding is actually a solid piece of kind of molded composite or PVC with an aluminium bar that runs right down the middle. So I've never had this pack bend on me or anything like that, and I have carried a fair bit of weight in this pack. One of my videos that I've done on here, I had all my gear plus the rifle, so that's really 12-13 kilos for an overnight hunt, and I had most of the meat of a pig and a spiker deer in there as well, and the pack just didn't. I was kind of worried that it was not going to handle it, but it was absolutely fine. So I would not hesitate that you could carry 40 or 50 kilos in this little pack with no issues at all. That's a huge pro and a win for this pack for me. Another big win for me is the simplicity of the pack. It's really only got kind of 3 features which I like. I don't like a pack that looks like you're about to go abseiling with it. There's just buckles and clips and straps everywhere. So on this pack here, you've got this pocket here, which I keep my PLB and my first aid kit, my knives, headlamp, just easy access stuff. It's nice and big. Then you've got a removable lid with a pocket at the top, and I really like this because I can just, if I'm going to set up tent, camp, put a bit of food in there, travel down the ridge, got my cooker, my gas, my food, and I can just carry that annually with me, so I can sort of get to camp, ditch the pack and head straight out to glassing. So I really like that too. When I say simple, I mean it's got enough pockets to keep you happy, but it's just in here it's just a simple single compartment that I can fit all my gear in for 4 days of hunting. So I really like that. Another feature that I really enjoy about the new Ridgeline Escape Realtree Escape Camo is the pattern is really nice. I really like the pattern that they have done. their old Ridgeline pattern. We didn't want to wear that ever, so this is really great. Another thing I would say that is a pro about this pack is it's made of like very good 600D polyester fabric, so it is extremely strong. The stuff that I put in this pack, I thought, ooh, this could rip it, and it didn't. I can also confirm after using it for 18 months that the fabric is definitely water resistant, and that's a really nice feature for when you're going through the bush and you hit a bit of wet bush, or like where I am now, there's quite a bit of moisture in the actual trees, so you don't have to go and put the full Monty rain cover on, because this actually does the work, most of the work for you, which is really neat. That's a really good feature. Okay, the two cons that I have with this pack, and one of them is probably not really a con because this pack has been designed for a specific person. So I'll go over the two cons now that I find that just need a little bit of tweaking, and that would be really neat. So one con is the rifle scabbard works well. You notice I've actually had to get an extra loop put on there, and that's the thickness of my suppressor. And the reason for that is because I find that I have quite a heavy rifle, and I would say that the scabbard is made for kind of a minimalist rifle. I found when I had my 26 Nosler on there, that was a heavy rifle. You know, it was getting up to 4.8 kilos total. The scabbard just wasn't really handling that all that well. So these buckles were starting to come a little loose if they weren't placed properly. It's a pretty heavy rifle, but if you want to pack a chassis rifle or something like that, the scabbard is not quite up to it. So my thought to Ridgeline on that topic was, for my lightweight bush rifle, it's fine. Also, if you have quite a long rifle and it gets hung up a little bit in the trees, it does tend to come loose, and when you're bush bashing through scrub, that's kind of the last thing you feel like doing is getting your pack off every few minutes and tightening up the scabbard. So, that's a con for me. I just think Ridgeline, if they just put like a keeper strap on either side, something that you could just, I don't know, lock that rifle in there kind of thing, so that this top strap here would not come loose. If you're running a bipod or a suppressor, it does wiggle itself loose as it goes like that. So there you go, that's a con. So I've had to sew this on here where I stick my barrel through there, and that's the way I secure it, which is not super fantastic because I've gone and stitched through the actual side of the pack. So I got an actual leather worker to do it, but yeah, that's a con. The other con is probably not really a fair con, a negative, because I think this pack has been designed for a specific type of person, but I'll give it to you anyway. The con is the material is extremely noisy through the bush. Like, this is not a bush hunter's pack. It is so noisy, and I do think Ridgeline could have, I've got their quite a bit of other gear, like their pack light pants. I was expecting to be sort of waterproof pants, kind of the same sort of thing, but they are super quiet. So I do think Ridgeline they could, you know, if they said, look, we need to charge you an extra $80, but the material just on the sides or something like that was extremely quiet, this pack would be an absolute killer. Going to who I believe this pack has been designed for, I believe it's been designed for the minimalist hunter who has a very lightweight rifle, who is not really a bush hunter, but an open tops kind of hunter, someone who just needs to get their lightweight kit inside this pack. So rubbing through scrub and all that sort of thing is not really that kind of hunter. So if you're a bush hunter, this is not a pack for you. It is not quiet enough at all. Do I think the pack is worth it? I do, I really do. I think because of the warranty as well that it comes with, the fact that it's so lightweight, it's nice and minimalist, it just does what it needs to do all the time, and I can vouch for that. I've travelled like well over 150 kilometres in the bush with this pack. I use it for bike riding as well. I think it's really, really worth it. I am very fussy on my gear, and I think Ridgeline had done a phenomenal job of putting together a minimalist, lightweight, strong pack that can do what it needs to do. Alright guys, that was my review video of the 45 litre hybrid Trek pack. I purchased this pack with my own money, so I'm going to go and tell you this. Go and buy this pack. You won't regret buying this pack. It's a good pack. There's a link in the description below where you can click on the website and it'll take you straight to the pack. And you can also apply a discount code if you've never purchased anything from Ridgeline online before. So go and check it out, and I'll see you around.